Hi, and thank you for watching Show 82, TargetedWest.com. This is the Sunday call. It is 10/15/2023. It is 6 o'clock Pacific time. My name's DJ Chris. We're a nonviolent work group who studies the Fourth Industrial Revolution, and the opinions of people on this call are that of their own and not that of Targeted West or DJ Chris. Tonight we have some links from Twitter that I collected that were the top rated links. And we're going to go back to old school. We have an interview tonight, but I don't think that person's here. So, David Rubel, are you here? So, Karen Kingston's Twitter post that I made about the government using hidden technology to terrorize people is on Rumble, and it's a video available with Karen Kingston. It got 432 hits just on that one alone, so that's definitely something you'd want to check out. Number 2 is coming in December is Amy's Audio. That's December 10th. That got the second most amount of hits in a very short amount of time. So we'll be looking forward to having Amy's Audio on. David Rubel, are you here? 64-year-old pilot stalks a restaurant owner. This guy thinks that the restaurant owner killed his mom in a fire, but she didn't. It had nothing to do with her, but he flew over her house like 3 or 4 times in a circle every day and terrorized the whole neighborhood and finally got arrested. But that one got a lot of hits, and so that's on TI Club 3, my Twitter page. So please check that out. You can leave a message there or DM me if you'd like. This is DJ Chris. It's show number 82. And it'll be open mic today, so come on in. Last is San Diego built a surveillance apparatus under the guise of sustainability. That one got a good hit, and that's on the TI Book Club page on TI Club 3, which is on Twitter. It's open mic tonight. Come on in.
Hi, DJ. It's Laura from Colorado, and I would have liked to hear David Rubel tonight. It's a bummer. Hopefully he'll still show up. I have so many questions about his cyber shield, and I would like to know what the hardware glitches are. I have friends that have them, you know what I mean? And I know people that have them and know people that have used them before. I know that there's updates involved. I know that there's sometimes hardware problems. I think they got the software problems. Anyway, I would have loved to have heard what he had to say and how it was going.
Yeah, no worries. We can have him back another time. I see Katie's here. Katie, how are you?
Hi, my friend. How are you?
I'm okay. I don't think David found our show today, so we won't be having David Rubel on. I've called for him and tried to get a hold of him, and he said he'd be here, and I sent him the link, but I think he got lost somewhere. So hopefully if he doesn't make it today, we'll have him on another time. David Rubel, are you here?
Maybe
I know
he's just running late.
Yeah, maybe he's just running late. Katie, I know you've had some experience with the cyber shield, and you have some good things to say about it. You've been spending some time around it, and stuff like that. Yeah.
Jax was amazing to be around, and using the newer technology, I knew it was going to be a challenge. I'm going to walk outside because I'm inside my parents' house right now, so I'm going to walk outside so I can talk a little more, and they're gone to bed. It's 8 o'clock here in Texas. They go to bed early. So I'm going to go into the dark, so you're going to probably lose my face, but I'm honest and frank thing. You're going to hear some clacking because I'm putting on my outdoor shoes because, my parents have a lot of animals. We have chickens and dogs, cats, geese. So you won't see my face right now because there's no lights out here. Okay, with the Cyber Shield, it has all different variations on it. It has a sleep mode. It has a block V2K mode. It has a quad something. It's all different modes, like hyper.
And we've lost Katie. It's a live show, so things happen. You can check. Are you still here, Katie?
Highly unusual. Okay, so it's a lot of it. Y'all know.
We're going downhill quick. David Rubel, are you here?
Oh, Chris, we have nowhere to go but up.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I hear you now.
Okay. I just had to move. The side where my parents are is completely lit up with like 50 million satellites all over the place in a big circle. I have never seen this many. Big drama here in Bernie, Texas.
So you were saying the Cyber Shield had different modes.
Okay, so it has different modes. And I'm sorry that I'm outside in the dark where y'all can't see me. So I was very excited about that. The very first night arriving in California, I was exhausted, beyond exhausted. I'd been traveling, hadn't had any sleep, sleep deprivation. I'd had 2 hours of sleep in like a week. So I was so relieved to get that where I actually had a good night's sleep for the first time in a long time. So I was absolutely thrilled that the Cyber Shield changed the sleep mode for me. So that was a good thing. But I also knew how my perps work. And David and I have had many conversations about what I go through, and one of the things he was hoping that it would stop is I'm on what's called an argument fight bot that wants to attack with back and forth arguments. And it's a very cruel software. And I found out today there's over 1,500 versions of our software out there. So think about that. If we have, say, 50 people on this call tonight, think of how many variations we all can go through out of 10,000, over 10,000 and a half plus software variations to attack us. So, and you have to think about that with the Cyber Shield. It did help a lot when we would change it. Whatever I was going through on the technology, which is usually a fight, an argument bot going, it would stop for a little bit. But when it came back on, I was attacked more. What happened to me in California, which doesn't happen in Texas as strong, and not as strong in Louisiana, is they put the fray effect on me. And I had that on maximum for 10 days straight. And that is, if you understand what the fray effect does, it shakes and vibrates your whole body in the most cruel form. Your blood vessels are being swollen and shaking, and your blood, and popping. Your skin is vibrating. Your bones are vibrating. Your teeth are vibrating. Your hair is vibrating. Your eyelashes are vibrating. And every single cell and part of your body is like, that was something new. And I think that was a side effect because my perps were going to make my life hell because I was around a Cyber Shield. The Cyber Shield has a lot of positive things. So it does help. And I would always tell anybody, if you can afford it, get it. It's going to be a bit of a challenge, though. And I've heard by many Texas victims, our software is exceptionally cruel in Texas, and a lot of the people that have bought the the shield in Texas, it doesn't work for them as well as it does in other states. It's just because we have such an aggressive, awful group come out of the military bases here and through Colorado. But would I get the cyber shield if I had money today? Absolutely. But I would have to constantly change it nonstop until they just finally gave in. Now, I only had 10 days. You have to have at least 30 days to make sure it really works. And so don't give up, because you got to remember, these are the worst people on the planet. And they're going to look for anything to do to change that cycle, to change back and to try to fight technology that's trying to protect you. And we've had years and years and years of buildup of microwave technology on us. So it's going to take a little while to keep that in a balance with the software that David has made with the Cyber Shield. But overall, I will give it a thumbs up. With me, it's really good that he went through it, because he gets registers and, can work and figure out what to do to change, to improve it, which will help all of us in the long run. But once I found out today, there's over 10,500 variations of software programming to attack us. Can you imagine how hard and challenging that is to make it a one single shield?
Yes.
So you got to give David some credit.
Yes, I do. But I also give you credit, because Katie, this is how my dad finally understood it. When I first heard you speak about it, you said, well, they put hate software, and then this is just when we were telling your story early on my parents. And my dad understood what that meant when I was able to talk to him about this, clearly. And I said, they can do hate software on your phone, Dad. I mean, yes, there can be thousands of programs out there, but basically it's kind of
it's really software. There's the hate software. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
Hate
software.
I just appreciate how you brought it.
Yeah.
I don't speak technical. I don't speak technical.
I speak real and the effects and whatever.
You're listening to Targeted West, show number 82. David Rubel, are you here?
I had him on different settings to kind of balance everything off and to bounce things off. And what went through was exceptionally cruel, because we had not only her perps attacking the both of us, my perps, and I felt terrible because my group is renowned globally for being sick, demented, awful people that
Okay. Well, while we lost her, I'll just say
my body. I do not own one body function. I am completely run. Every single thing you do, your body does, I'm run by military computers. I don't blink on my own. My heart doesn't beat on its own. I don't swallow on my own. I don't speak on my own. I've learned how to do stuff in public so I look normal. I don't walk on my own. I don't use my hands on my own. Can you imagine? So coming up with a cyber shield is going to be incredibly challenging, because when they find one group, and I'm completely Wi-Fi'd, so anywhere in the world there's Wi-Fi, I can be attacked at any given second. So the only way to get this technology, even with a cyber shield, off, many of us, and me, and I'm about me, so that it can help y'all that have side effects. Anywhere there's Wi-Fi, whether it's in India, China, Japan, Hong Kong, Russia, Mexico, Canada, I'm going to be attacked by technology that can be sitting in one place by one sorry group of terrorists that you inhumanely.
David Rubel, are you here?
Yeah, so coming up with a cyber shield for a lot of us is going to be a growing process. But he has definitely started something very good. If you had the money, get it. Get it. California was exceptionally cruel to me, and I feel sorry for Jax because I think they hit her harder than normal because my perps attacked her too. Because they try to stress us out that.
We know, but I think you guys handle it beautifully. I have a lot of close TIs here that we handle it pretty good too. We're pretty clever in that. But I wanted to ask, how complicated? I wanted to kind of ask Jax a little something too. Because I saw going. How complicated is this to set up? Is there a lot of hardware issues?
No.
Type of a thing like that?
No, it's very simple. But I would always suggest, like, if it was just sent to me in the box, I wouldn't have known what to do. And there's some things you need to buy to make it more safe so it doesn't get burned out by them surcharging it and things. It was amazing to have Jax there explaining the cyber shield to me, and she's great represent. She does this all. Thinking, oh, Jack has an investment in it. She's going to get royalties from it, blah, blah, blah. She doesn't. She does this out of the kindness of her. And she takes people and she shows them how it works. And she actually spends money out of her pocket to help other people, which I didn't know.
That's pretty
that's
cool,
just
Jack.
amazing.
Did you want to make a comment on the Cyber Shield? Tell us
I didn't
her
even
testimony.
know Jack was on here.
She's right here right now.
I didn't even
Maybe
know. Since
David's not available, we'll have Jack chime in a little bit, please.
Yeah, I tried to call David, Katie, and DJ Chris. I called him. I've sent him a text. So maybe he's going to get here. I've been texting him. But yeah, what was the comment or the question you guys had for me?
Well, I know. Yeah, I am aware that you do help people for free on this, and I am aware of the work you do. I wanted to know about how many updates there are, how many software updates there are, how hard is it to hook up, and is there a lot of hardware issues? I've had friends that have had it. I've heard some hardware issues. Is that true? Is that not true? And I think that's all my questions.
Okay, well, we have discovered that the Cyber Shield, after time, has needed a tune-up, and there are some parts that have to be tested. Now, you know that this device is in its beta stage. It's not in its finished product in its finished form, but we as users know that. And there is no guarantee that it, whatever, but we do try to make it right. But one person in Colorado, and I know who you're talking about, is upset because she agreed. What's that noise?
I don't know, but that's actually not what I was talking about. There is somebody else that I know that has a Cyber Shield. No. And this wasn't a complaint. This was for my own personal. I'm actually considering, it's not in my budget, but it could be someday. I got my teeth. I could be working soon here. You never know. It could be in the budget. So I'm just wanting to keep tabs on the progress of how expensive of an upkeep it is, how hard the hardware is how hard it is to install, right? And how many updates there are and stuff like that. And no, I don't take into account her input on that.
It is unfortunate, and I did want to say it's unfortunate that it happened, but she sent it in and agreed to pay for it.
I haven't. She called me to talk about it, and I haven't returned that phone call yet because I know how that goes with her.
Oh.
So yes, I've known. This is a woman I've known for 5 years. So no, I was actually just asking for myself and others that are doing research just to see if it is something we can invest in. How hard would it be for us to, hook it up? There's 3 or 4 of us here that could maybe pull the money together, and we're just wondering
There's my camera.
We're just wondering about, that's what I was, about hardware. I really would have liked to see what you were hooking up the other night, last Sunday, and what hardware part that you needed to add, because I'm thinking, well, if Jax can do it, I can do it.
Yeah. Well, that's true. If I could do it, anybody can, because even though I work for a technical company, I am not a technical person. I'm a people person, I'm an HR person, and I don't have I don't know how to take computers apart and do upgrades and stuff like that. But I am a people person, and I understand human behavior, and that's why I do my job for so long, and it has been integral to my company, because one of the things that I've done is prevent litigation. When you don't have litigation, your company can succeed. But when you're fighting off a-holes who sue your company because they poured water on the floor, and they're the kind of person that's looking to make a claim against your company, you don't want to hire those people. And I have been able to.
There was until you just explained that to me. Thank you. That's so cute. Thank you so much.
That's what I do.
I want to show you real quick, Keith. You guys want to check out?
Oh, let's see. Look, you're beautiful.
Oh, my. Oh, look at that.
And didn't we say it was going to work? I had no doubt.
And they got rid of the pain. They got rid of the pain. I told her how to get rid of the pain. She listened to me. 7 dentists were wrong, and DJ was right.
Yep.
Tell them that I was right.
DJ was right. They had left a root up there that was exposed. DJ knew he was right, and I had to go through 7 dentists to find one that would admit that there was something there that needed to be taken care of. So, you really got to work for your health. And that's about my teeth, though. Back to the fiber
Smile
shield.
again. Smile again. Smile again.
No,
yay for Laura!
Yay,
Laura!
Yay!
Oh my God, they're beautiful. They're beautiful.
Thank you.
Actually, I was just about to ask you about how it all went. I was dying to hear from you today. That's part of why I logged on.
Just today, I'm feeling like I could get up and around. I've been pretty, wow. It was pretty gory, guys. It was pretty gory for a little while. So, but I'm much better now. And
wow, you look good. You look really
awesome.
Good.
You look so healthy and vibrant.
Well, my face filled out even. They're not.
Yeah, I know it.
And what I love is that my eyebrows, one of them was like droopy over here, and they're both even now. And I don't know. I love it. I'm just.
all the muscles are working the way they're supposed to. That's great. And you're just going to keep getting prettier and prettier and prettier because you're going to keep smiling, feeling better.
Thank you, guys.
So,
As long as my ladies are happy.
Everybody's
as long as my ladies are happy. Laura's happy. Jax is happy. Katie's happy. I'm happy.
Yeah.
I love Jax. I'm a big fan of Jax.
Hey, and I just wanted everybody to know the perps did try to pit us against each other and do all kinds of really hateful things.
I know you can handle it. I knew you guys
I took Katie out to eat on her last night too. I took her to a really cool restaurant. My husband took her out to a restaurant with me, of course. Mm-hmm. And we all had sushi. We entertained Katie, but the perps, they were really trying to mess that up. But they didn't do it.
Yeah.
They didn't get anywhere.
They didn't success. But now, when I found out how many hate software, how many anger software, how many irritation software,
Isn't that awful?
even a normal couple, so do this and,
It just makes so much sense to me now because you see everybody not getting along all the time about all these little things and wow.
Yeah, the hate software is exceptionally cruel. It should never be on any living soul because they just sit there and I always use the term, and it sounds harsh, but to make you understand, someone's brain is getting bashed with electricity. So think about the anger node, the stress node, the irritation node. They're going to sit there and they're going to keep hitting and hitting and hitting and hitting and hitting. And think, if someone's gone through that for 10 years, they're going to snap. And that's the point of a hate software. And that's why Texas is notorious for people just getting up out of their bed one day and say, I can't take it, and bam, grab a gun and shoot. That's what hate software does. Or it can make someone that loves someone so deeply that they've been hitting them with that EEG board and that electricity and that microwave on them, just constantly 24/7, bashing their brain with electricity and hitting those nodes so that their body can no longer take it, where they snap. And they lash out in all different ways, from anger, from hate, from, getting frustrated, to yelling, to storming out, never seeing you again.
Yeah, to writing books, meeting others, to trying to help other TIs, to doing podcasts, to all kinds of great things. Yeah. I mean. Yeah, so that needs to be deleted off the planet completely. It does. It does. But because eventually that's all these people will have. They will take any goodness out of them and just leave that.
Well, they didn't do it to me.
They didn't do it to me.
I'll tell you guys, the Cyber Shield, even though Katie, she may not think that helps, but it does. And I am able to tell when they are trying to deposit the thoughts, because when you've had the Cyber Shield for 2 years, you can tell the foreign activity. You can feel it. I can actually feel these neurons.
Really?
And it's so fake. And they're just
synthetic. Because I've always
it's synthetic.
Because it's not even. One of the things they did, they wanted me to be suspicious of Katie, and I looked at Katie. I was sitting here last week, and I looked at her like, did you do that? And she was sitting there like a deer in the headlights. It was just like, she didn't do anything. The perps, it was all maneuvering and lies. They're just sickening. It's just a sickening group. And the technology is why they do it. They're supposed to cause chaos and see if they can destroy the world. They're supposed to start with us and then eventually destroy the entire planet. But that's just not going to happen.
Think about it. That's how wars are started.
Yes,
wars are started with this technology. Think about it. You can put this on a whole group and get them all jazzed up to go fight in a war.
Yeah, they even made me suspect of Chris, DJ Chris, because we met DJ Chris. So they wanted me to think something about DJ Chris. And I was just like, man, this is just...
Yeah, if you write
it's true. It's all true.
You write everything in your journal.
Damn it, Chris, I knew you did it.
Oh, totally. And my cat's the one over here.
No,
we had a good time. If DJ Chris's, everything was good. I mean, it was just disgusting that we have to put up with this kind of invasion.
But you can see how it works for other people. You know what I mean? When you see it and you see it so synthetic, and I recognize it all the time, but I think, wow, it just works really easy for other people. I see it in restaurants. I see it in, just different situations.
Oh, yeah. I can walk into a room anywhere, and I can know exactly what's going to happen to the second. If everybody's going to become happy, if there's going to be a fight somewhere, if there's going to be chaos, I know I can read every single, anything, anywhere, at any time, and I know when to just turn around and walk off and let it be, go, or to stay there to diffuse something.
Yeah, it's that synthetic. It's almost neon to me. It's almost like, wow, that's not even real, and people just buy into it real quickly.
Well, I just saw DJ Chris wrote, my nerves are shot. I will admit, when Katie left, my nerves were shot. I felt like I needed to go into a cave for 24 hours and rest my brain and just kind of totally, get away from everything. And I did. I stopped all communications in the house with my husband and just rested. But, when you're around several TIs, I was around like 3 different TIs, and it was exhausting for me. I felt tired at the end of the trip, but after I got my rest, I was fine again, you know. And I told Katie, and I want you to know, DJ Chris. Somebody's got noise. Is that you, Katie?
Who is that, Setsa?
It's not me. I'm outside.
Okay.
That's somebody's TV.
Yeah. Okay. So
It's gone.
I came
You always
back.
blame me for the noise.
The next day after Katie left, I went to get my medication. I have diabetes, and I have to take this medication. And I had 360 tablets in my drawer. I had 4 bottles. Every bottle was gone. 4 of 360 tablets total, you know. And I said, so they come in and they took and I had ordered that and paid for it right before I went to Reading with Katie. It had arrived a couple days before. So that's the kind of crap they do. They took all my medicine.
Do you have cameras in your house?
My husband will not cooperate with me to do that.
Yeah.
You need cameras.
Of course.
You need 2 sets of cameras.
That my
camera and a secret camera.
changing my pharmacy did me a big difference. I had a nefarious pharmacy, I think, for a long time, and I changed my pharmacy, and I've had better experience. And that has nothing to do with of course, pills getting taken, you know, at your house. And if your husband's not going to cooperate, then that's not going to work.
Well, you know, he doesn't believe anything, so
Yeah.
I can't.
We have cameras outside the RV right above your head when you were talking, but we didn't record you. We have 2 big cameras right there. You never even saw them. They're so inconspicuous.
No. Yeah, we didn't see the cameras.
Yeah, I got a lot of dirt on you, lady. I'm kidding. No, I didn't record you. No, but seriously, you need cameras.
I don't care. I'm on the camera. I like to be on camera.
In your drawer? Put a camera in your drawer or something.
Well, I like to be on camera, so I don't care if anybody has me recorded. You know what I mean? I don't care. But the thing is, here the pharmacist I called and I had to tell him, you know, I don't have this medication, and he goes, "You just had this filled," and I said, "Yes," and it's all not here anymore. I didn't say it was stolen. I go, "It's not here anymore," and then he goes, "Well, what happened to it?" And I said, "I don't know. I just know that it was all in my drawer in my cabinet, and now it's all missing." And he goes, "That's crazy." The pharmacist goes, "That's crazy." And I said, "Yeah, that's exactly the point. It's crazy, isn't it? And it makes me look crazy for having to tell you this." But so he said, "Well, I can get the medication for you, but it'll cost $80 out of pocket because you already had the insurance paid for it last week." And I said, "Yeah, well, I'll have to pay for it."
Metformin?
Yeah, it's metformin.
Okay. I knew it. See? You're so observant.
And it's not like a high critical. It's not like insulin. But they've taken my insulin, too, before. They've come in and stolen my insulin. So, you know, you never know what they're going to do. But they do it when I go out to TIs or if I go help TIs or anything when I'm active and get up and leave. Because they don't, see, the thing is, and I really want you guys to, here's my opinion. You don't have to believe me. It's just my opinion. But I think that the people who do this are so addicted that when we get up and leave for a period of time, they go berserk. It's like they don't have anything to do. They're like, when is she going to come back? I need to shoot the neurons on her. I need to assault her, and I don't have anything to do. And when I pull up, man, they're just like going bang, 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 bang as soon as I pull in. So that's my opinion. I think that they're so addicted that they're really the problem, not me.
I agree. Does anybody have any comments or would like to chime in on this conversation we're having about the effects of targeting?
Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for having this call. And I was just listening to the woman, and I would say I agree. I agree with yes. And actually, the things that you were saying were making me laugh because I knew exactly what you're talking about. If you are not comfortable, or if you do not take your shower at a certain time or something, Anyway, so that's all I have to say.
I'd like
you.
to make some input,
Come on in.
please, Chris.
Come on in,
Chris,
please.
can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Can you
Come
hear
on in.
Yes.
I hear you.
Yes.
I have been broken into and robbed so many times over the years.
Mm-hmm.
And it was Richard Lighthouse off of Targeted Justice that gave me the biggest tip of my life on how to prevent the perps from breaking and entering. And it was a process. I had to have a front door lock put on. It's like, I think it's called a hatch lock. And because nobody can get into the metalwork of it. And then you have to have the ability to put up an old-fashioned master lock. And what you do is you connect that to your front door, and then you put tape around it before you leave and initial it and take a picture of it. And that way the police cannot devour the fact that your house was robbed. Because where I am, the police are a big weird deal, and it's work. Nobody's broken in. And a swing lock on your back door is a good idea. And if you have windows that can open, you can figure out how to create locks for the windows of wherever you are, and nobody can break in. And it's like, well, why the hell didn't figure that out before? Well, it took Mr. Lighthouse, and I'm very grateful for that man. He's great, and try to. And I mean, I've lost everything. All my records, family history, heirlooms, photographs. It's been devastating over the years, and I just got this info last year. So you might want to get a hold of Targeted Justice and go on the website, and he'll give you a little demo of how he does it. I mean, it's so simple. It's incredible. So,
I do.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than continually being robbed.
That doesn't seem a problem. The break-in, so much so.
Well, they can't break in if you've got yourself locked up properly.
Well, I don't really have myself locked up. And what I want to say to that issue of the break-ins, to me, I think the best solution for that would be a big black German Shepherd dog in your house.
Well, they can hurt the dog. This is a way nobody can break into your door.
Right.
Okay.
Well, if they come in your house, and just keep the dog.
No, they can't come into your house if they can't break your door. Forget the dog. It's that simple. And I wish I had known that. I wish I had known that years ago, but I was broke, and there was like nothing I could do. So I'm very, very sympathetic to people that have been robbed.
Yes,
that's all I got.
Yes, myself too. Actually, for myself, I had one of my neighbors take my dog, and I actually went to court six different times to get my dog back, and it never happened. And it was very difficult to find an attorney because most of them were insurance, animal cases, bites, injuries. So that was a big loss to me. So, and that was a neighbor who I seemed to put several of the pieces of the puzzle together and found out that she was in a ring of thieves, and they were marketing animals online and even breeding them. And she thought that my dog was much younger and that she would be able to breed him, but she found out that she could not breed him. But anyway, I never recovered him from her, and that's all right. So I can understand what you're saying about a thief, Anyway, I'll just pass the call off or pass it on to somebody else.
Thank you for all the information you guys are sharing. What a great call. Everything's working out good. We have open mic, so if you'd like to chat with us, come on in at show 82, and at 6:55 we will talk about the book club and have a quick 2-minute video, and then we'll go back to open mic. So, open mic.
Hello.
Hello, come in. Hello, how are you?
Hi, good. This is Roger from Connecticut. I want to give your listeners some advice. Targeted Justice, I would tell you to do this because being a retired law enforcement and being a TI for the last 7 years now, get you a piece of wood, go to the local lumber yard, wherever. Make sure your glass sliding doors have a piece of wood in it on the part where they can't jam it open. Also on your windows, tuck it in, and that prevents from them to open the window. Cut them exactly that length, and they stay right in there. Also, I will tell you that the young lady said about Richard, which is a wonderful person of knowledge with the TI community, be advised, it's a simple hack out of Home Depot for $7.44. You put it on there, you put a lock, and then you tape your every time you go out, and you initial it. So then this way, if someone does break in, now I had a friend of mine, they actually, as the one young lady said, not the neighbor, but they took the dog. So you got to protect yourself. And I've also noticed, go on YouTube, and there's a way that they do bump locking where they can get through any deadbolt by bump locking it. If you look that up on YouTube, it's called bump locking. They can get in your house real quickly within like 3 seconds. Buy a lock from a locksmith to make it more complicated. They might run about $200 to $250, but I'll tell you what, that does cease it. And I got this advice from Richard. He said, you can get wireless cameras, but if the internet goes down, doesn't record. Go get you from Walmart the Hunter's camera. They're run by batteries. Put one on your front in your window, and it's for animals or people moving or whatever, and they're very clear. Put them around your house, like in the window. Just tuck it near the front of your house, so this way they know they're being cambered. You'll be able to identify them. Put one on the back, put one on the side. It's a good way because they do play with the internet. That's all I have to tell you about break-ins. I wish all of you well, peace and blessings, and we will get through this, and one day we'll be free from this. Amen.
Thank you. Amen. Yeah, my camera system is not on the internet. It's pretty much one piece. But if the power went out, it wouldn't record. So I have a battery backup in the RV.
Which is wonderful to have a battery backup. That's really smart.
In case they shut the power off. Yeah. Very good advice you gave us. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Melody. Thank you so much for your call. I'm targeted. I am from Houston, and I'm targeted with psychotronic weapons. I just wanted to say hi to you guys.
Hi, Melody. This is DJ Chris, and yeah, you also get the V2K. So that's what we talk about too on this call. Melody, by the way, has a call on Monday, so check her out at tievents.org, and it's Victory Through V2K. It's a green placard with a V, and you can't miss it. She's this Monday tomorrow. Thank you, Melody, for coming in.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much for that. Y'all have a good evening. I'm just hanging tight, listening to you guys.
Is Melody on the call now?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm on the call.
Oh, hey, what's that? Yeah, I tried to get on a few weeks ago or so. I'm trying to remember to get on. Yeah, I'm looking for the removal aspects of resolving the issue if possible, or at least in looking into it, so that you can move forward. Well, I started drilling some of the people that, that I was associated with on it who dealt with it professionally, but, people are scared, man. They don't want to get whacked. So, they're alone or whatever, just trying to do their thing. So I got a few things, but, I actually talked to one of them recently, and I forgot to ask him about this one person. He I think it was put in at birth or something, and they said that he could possibly lose his hearing. So he's suing a government entity, military entity, but I'm going to have to go back and check and see what the story is with that. But, okay, wow. So I'll try. Yeah, well, there's several locations, I'm into resolving the issue, not, just dealing with it. This is just so this one lady, I know she went and got checked by somebody, spent a huge amount of money, and they said there was just some damage to the brain because of it. Pretty scary.
I didn't hear that last part. That you said that she spent a huge amount of money to find out what?
She just went and got examined by a physician who was who took her out. She went out of state and got examined. This was years ago, and she spent an enormous amount. I mean, a lot. And while she was examining her, she made a statement on how valid it is, but she isn't. She's two different types of a physician, but she. Associates. So.
Yeah, I mean that will definitely take place on one of my calls, and I'm curious to learn too. I have talked to a guy in the community, and he said that he has had a tremendous amount of relief by getting two radios. They're actually shortwave radios, and he crosses the antennas. And he'll drive with those over his head. He has them over his head when he sleeps at night. He has them in his room, and he says, I bought them and they didn't help me any. But I just felt maybe like I was doing it wrong. But he says that he's been almost V2K free for years now because of these radios.
Well, did he explain to you exactly how to place them, or in what brand or et cetera, so that you could try to mimic what he was doing?
Yeah, absolutely. I was speaking to him on the phone, and he was telling me to do all. I mean, everything he was telling me I was doing, and I didn't experience any kind of sudden relief. My targeting is a little different of it, the ventriloquist aspect of it. And I believe I might have quite a. They're always
ventriloquist.
My body.
Can you explain that? What do you mean ventriloquist?
Right. So
what do you mean?
I came on to this terminology. I got hip to this terminology about a month and a half ago, and I didn't know what it was because I would share in the community, and they'd be like, "No, that's just forced speech." And I'm like, no, I know what forced speech is, and that's a little different. No, they talk through me, all the time. So they talk out of my own mouth. They're real people and the AI form of the V2K. So they physically make my mouth move, the whole, subvocal, like everything. They talk through me.
Yeah, I have that too. That's a Texas thing.
That's a Texas
thing. Yeah.
Well, I know that. Yeah. My friend Catherine. I know her in the community, and she's one of the only other TIs that I've known to have the ventriloquist type targeting, and they're really awful to her. I mean, I have a Facebook group. It's called Targeted Individuals Victory Through V2K, and she's highlighted a lot of her attacks on the Facebook page. If any of y'all care to check it out, but
yeah. Well, my name's Catherine too. Even though y'all know me as Katie.
Yeah. Hey, I have a question for the group. Do y'all? So when they're it feels like I always have some form of energy moving through my body. And I'll tell you what, I can move the energy within my body. It's like I can tighten up my muscles and I can almost expel the energy from my body or move it up and down or any of that. Are you guys able to do the same thing?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes. Yes, I can do that too.
You can do that too? Did they?
Yes, I can. Yeah, so I've learned that to move my clothes, to even remove my clothes and change into something else. If my hair's up, to put it down. I've learned to remove my shoes, and it will remove that energy, and to touch my skin and move, and to move my stomach, or to, massage my arm, or to move my fingers. And that will change the energy and where the technology is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right
it's
now,
kind of hard at work, though. You're at work or something, yeah, it's kind of difficult.
Moving out of my body.
Well, you can run to the ladies' room and, readjust your skirt or readjust your top inside the ladies' room.
There are ways to move energy with your mind. It's called energy
I can do that
work.
as well. I can
Yeah.
move the energy. Yeah, I was just thinking about moving energy, and I felt the whole energy rush out of my head and through my body. I can move energy with my mind as well.
That's right. And you don't need to take your clothes off, and you don't need to go somewhere special. You can do it by closing your eyes and focusing, and doing it that way. And you can send that energy back to the perps.
Yeah,
you
I
must
don't
be
know.
You want to in person because what I get hit with, man, you're not sending anything back. This is serious radiation being shot at me because of my accessibility.
That's
to
what
them
we
to
all
do.
get.
You're not sending this back.
Yeah.
I don't know how strong you.
And you can stop laughing at the TIs while you're listening to them.
Well, I hear you. I'm not laughing at anybody.
No, you are laughing. You laughed at this other lady just a minute ago.
No, we're not going to go there.
No, I don't think he was.
Anybody.
I don't think he was.
I'm not laughing at anybody. I'm
He
just
wasn't
saying
laughing
that.
at anyone. He was just laughing.
I got a little bit of experience, in the field. There's nothing I can do at work to stop. You can. I'm pretty much I've been in tune spiritually for a long time, and it's just they track you, they attach to you.
Okay, I'm sorry I shared.
Well, I think it's great. I mean, that's the way to go if you can do it. I mean, I'm down with it, but I haven't had any luck in that area.
I have to say, I think that's a ploy that they try to make you believe that you can send the energy back to them. I believe that. I don't think you can personally send the energy back to them, but I've also read this in forums. They'll try to make you believe that you're hurting them, but that's physically impossible, right? I mean, they want you to think that they have our consciousness, like they're connected to us in some way, and they can feel exactly as we're feeling, and they can see exactly what we're seeing, and which maybe they can, right? But not our consciousness. I don't personally believe that. I don't know if anybody else has had that experience with the consciousness thing, but that's
I don't think they can. No, I agree with you. Totally agree with you. They're only on the surface. They get the basics, and that's it.
Yeah. I don't think that I can send it back, that energy back, because it's demonic energy, and I want no part of it. But I will tell you that I can block what they do and destroy the neurons as they are traveling in my brain. I have been able to cause them to burst and break down and fall off, and that is through prayer. And I have a list of scriptures, and I constantly tell them that I am not a robot, I am not going to be roboticized, and that God is my creator, and I was formed and crafted by God's hands, and that I am a workmanship of God, and I am his greatest masterpiece. And I say, I'm not going to go all on and on, but these kinds of things break down the neurons that they're sending. And but I will be honest with you, I don't have any kind of meditative power. I'm not some yoga bear. I don't know how to do that stuff. But I will tell you that prayer is something I am good with, and God hears my prayers. But the cyber shield has made it possible for me to feel the effects of those neurons breaking down.
Very good.
I'm being honest. I do not have the skill, and I think some people can. Some people probably can break it down, but I don't think that we can send back satanic energy.
I have no idea. Anyway, the BTI Book Club is starting now. We got a TI Book Club this week is You Will Own Nothing by Carol Roth, and we have a video from her for the book club that I'm going to share with you, and it's about owning things, about making sure that you own something, you have an asset, and get rid of your debt, and don't succumb to the power of not owning anything. And it's a very interesting excerpt, and the book itself is available on Amazon, and it's in the TI Book Club. Here we go.
Page 59, A New Financial World Order, Part 2. Property rights have expanded over time with different types of property ownership. Riches once primarily took the forms of livestock, precious metals, and land. These were often gained by conquest or inheritance. Laws to recognize and enforce property rights allowed more people to access property and build wealth. Tom Bethel said, "The great legal innovation of this millennium was equality before the law, which first evolved in England. In the courts of common law, all men were seen to be created equal. This had momentous economic consequences. The new equality of status encouraged the freedom of contract and the rise of the exchange economy. This transmission of property became increasingly horizontal from seller to buyer and decreasingly vertical from father to son. Wealth was democratized. It was acquired by those who, by virtue of their labor and ingenuity, merited it rather than inherited it. Contract superseded status." And then we continue. From this, and with the Industrial Revolution, as well as advances in the new monetary system, all kinds of innovation came forth, and with that, new forms of property ownership. Machines and the output of those machines created new circumstance for ownership and new paths to prosperity. There was more trade, and as Bethel put it, there was even more vast horizontal transmission of property, expanding wealth creation opportunities to all sorts of individuals. And we continue. This is how people create wealth. They buy real estate. They generate and implement ideas. They build businesses. They invest in the businesses of others for diversification and growth opportunities. Wealth revolves around ownership. All of this and more, and a plan to make sure you own everything now, and you will own nothing, available everywhere.
That was Carol Roth for the TI Book Club. And the book talks about the World Economic Forum and Bilderberg and other people who want us to own nothing. That's part of their agenda for 2030. So the book covers that too. It's not just about buying houses and creating wealth, but you can create wealth by getting rid of your debts and owning things. For instance, I paid my truck off, and now I own it. So that's something to start out with. Anyway, we're going to switch over to open mic, and I'm going to quit recording in a moment. So if you're watching this on your favorite platform or listening to us on Spotify, please like, subscribe, and make a comment in the comment section. We really appreciate it. This is DJ Chris for TargetedWest.com. You can check my website out and find out exactly what is going on, and that will be the case. We will see you next week on your favorite platform, and thank you.